I'm not good enough. I'm never going to succeed. I feel panicky right now. I'm really anxious. Will I ever stop feeling anxious? Will I ever feel normal? What I said was really stupid. Did I make the right decision? Am I making all the wrong decisions? Am I on the right path? Should I be talking to somebody about this? Am I making a huge mistake? If you're feeling anxious right now, you've come to the right place. I am too. I'm going to take you step by step and show you exactly what I do to release my anxiety and feel centered again. I know how scary this can be. I know how overwhelming anxiety can be. But if you take this practice and you commit to it every day, you will learn how to successfully release your anxiety. The technique that I use is called the letting go technique, and wow, has this changed my life, and I'm really excited to share this technique with you, and hopefully you can have the same results that many people have had using this technique, including myself. So in the most simple terms, the letting go technique means letting go of that feeling or those feelings of anxiousness, completely surrendering to it and just letting it go. Now, what exactly does that mean? Because when I first heard about it too, I did not understand how you can just snap your fingers and let go of something, right? Because if it were that easy, who would be suffering with anxiety? So let's break this down and take it step by step. Step number 1, surrender to the feelings. Don't try to fight or resist the feelings that you're experiencing in your mind and body. Let them pass through you. David Hawkins says that we're not actually afraid of what is happening to us. We're not afraid of the facts. We are afraid of the emotions that are associated to the facts. If you have emotions and physical feelings and sensations going through your body, surrender to them, feel them, let them pass through you. Because creating resistance is only going to prolong that experience. Step number 2, do your best to not actually associate words to what you're feeling. What happens is we start to feel anxious, and this can go for any kind of negative feeling, but we start to feel them and we want to describe it, whether out loud to someone else or describing it to ourselves. I'm feeling anxious, I'm scared, I don't want to feel this way, I don't want to do this, fill in the blank. Rather than just feeling the feeling and not judging it, when we place words and try to describe what the feeling is, we tend to exacerbate the problem. We tend to make it worse than it actually is. Practice feeling whatever it is that you're going through and not putting so many words to describe the feeling. Just let it be. Don't think so much about what you're feeling. Feel the feeling. There are so many unique ways that we can come up with to describe how we're feeling, and it is absolutely infinite, and it does not serve us in any way, shape, or form. So let it go. Don't try to describe it to yourself. Step 3. Ask yourself, are you willing to let this go? Am I willing to let this go? What's your answer? Yes. And that is just a very triggering question, especially for the ego, because the ego becomes addicted to these negative feelings, and the ego latches on and it wants to just create a monster out of our feelings sometimes. But this is like a very confronting question to our ego. Am I willing to let this go? Letting go is an art, and it needs to be practiced. The art of letting go means completely surrendering to the feeling, not judging it, not placing words to describe it, letting that energy, because that anxiousness is energy, course through the body, run its course, and let it go. When we resist it, when we say things like, I don't want to feel that way, I want this to leave my body, you're creating more resistance, because you're actually feeding it, you're acknowledging it, you're consciously saying you don't want it. If instead you get rid of those thoughts, you get rid of those words, you surrender to that feeling until it runs its course and you let it go, that is how you can start to stop feeling anxious and get in control. The goal is not to never feel anxious again. You are human. You are having a human experience, and there will always be things that come up in your life that will make you feel anxious. But you can have the proper tools and techniques to combat those anxious feelings and let them go. Are you willing to let go of the anxiousness, the fear, the negative thoughts, even if your mind is telling you not to? Are you willing to let it go? Let me give you an example of how you may have used this technique in the past and not even realized it. Have you ever been in an argument with someone and you guys are both going at it? Both of you are trying to prove your point, and then all of a sudden you realize the silliness of it all. You're in the middle of an argument, you want to prove your point, you want to win and come out on top, and then you're like, you know what? This is actually ridiculous. This argument means nothing. I don't even care. And maybe you even burst out in fits of laughter. Or maybe you're like, I don't really want to talk about this anymore. I don't even know why I'm arguing about this because I don't even care. And you just see it for what it is. It's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. That is like using the let it go technique. Know that you don't have to practice this technique in a meditation. You don't have to be alone. You don't have to close your eyes. You can be surrounded by friends, family. You can be outside. You can be eating your dinner. Just surrender to the feeling. Release the thoughts. Ask yourself, am I willing to let this go? See what comes up and surrender. And know that you are pure love. I am still practicing to this day. And I've been practicing as I've been recording this YouTube video. And you may have seen from the start until now, I'm already feeling lighter. It makes me emotional. Because, I mean, it's so hard to explain emotions. In essence, it's just such a beautiful technique. It's so effective. I wish I learned it sooner, but I'm grateful I learned it now, and I hope it helps you as much as it has helped me. Know that you are powerful, and you are capable of anything. You've got this. Be sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more of my content, and be sure to check out this video on trust and trusting your journey.